Guys, welcome back to another episode of Real Nova Network. So today we're talking about everything from Leesburg landing among the top small cities in the whole country to Virginia's #1 hidden gem for homebuyers. And I'm going to be sharing my honest take on where you should invest your money in Northern Virginia in 2025. So you definitely want to stick around to the end. Let's get into this week's episode. All right, so Leesburg was ranked number 11 at the best small cities in all of America. And let's start with this one because that's pretty huge for anyone watching who's been thinking about Loudoun County, right? When you think about Loudoun, I pretty much always think about Ashburn, but I forget how nice Leesburg is. Wallet Hub just dropped their 2025 list of best small cities in America, and Leesburg, Virginia came in at number 11 out of more than 1,300 cities with populations between 25,000 and 100,000. Leesburg made the top 11. They looked at 45 different things like housing costs, school quality, crime rates, number of restaurants per person, all of that stuff. And Leesburg scored a 91 for livability, which was the highest score on the whole list, not just in Virginia, but the entire country. Now, the median home price here is way more reasonable than what you'll find in Arlington or Fairfax, but you know what? Actually, Leesburg is still pretty expensive. But you're also going to get access to Loudoun County Public Schools, which are always ranked among the top best in Virginia. Plus, you've got a walkable historic downtown with, brick streets, small shops, local restaurants, coffee shops, all kinds of breweries and wineries around. You've got the W&OD Trail, Marburn Park, Ida Lee Park, miles and miles of trail, and of course the Potomac River nearby. Now here's the cool part. Loudoun County is known as DC's wine country, and you've got some great vineyards like Stone Tower, Vanish. One of my favorite is Quattro Grumbas with their awesome pizza. And speaking of short drives, in a few minutes I'm going to tell you how the Silver Line has completely changed the game and why that matters if you're thinking about buying near a metro station, so stick around. Now, if you're talking about commuting, it's around 45 to 60 minutes to Washington, D.C., depending on traffic, and about 20 to 30 minutes to job hubs like Tyson's or Reston. So if you're not out in the middle of nowhere, back in the day, we used to only go to Leesburg for the outlet mall, but it is definitely not in the middle of nowhere now. Now you're just choosing a place with more space, better value, and honestly, a better way to live. Leesburg is one of the highlights of Loudoun County. It's got the perfect mix of suburban comfort, small town history, and big city access, and that's why it was ranked number 11 in the country. I think even more people are going to want to move here. Homes sell fast in good neighborhoods. You've got everything from old townhomes to big luxury new townhomes that are bigger than most mansions, of course, and there's a lot to choose from, but you've got to act quickly. Most houses in Leesburg sell super fast on the market. I mean, you're talking like an average days on market of like 18 days. Keep in mind, the average price in Leesburg is probably around $800,000, and this is definitely a place for people that have a car, especially if you're going to commute. But before we move on, if you want the inside scoop on what's really happening, driving property values in Northern Virginia, and more news, what matters to you and affects your everyday life, make sure you smash that subscribe button. I mean, my God, if you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, let's get this channel to 1,000 subscribers. I mean, I'm literally begging you right now. Come on. This story right here actually blew up on Instagram. There's actually a new motor club coming to Ashburn, and according to the Washington Business Journal, plans are officially moving forward with the motor club here in Ashburn. I think it's called, you know what? I'm not even trying to say the name. It's XAVO. That's what I'll call it, okay? This thing is going to be right next to Topgolf. It's huge. We're talking 129,000 square feet with over 4 stories. What's inside is an exotic and specialty car storage, members only lounges and meeting areas, a public restaurant with live music and rentable event space. And they actually just paid $4.8 million for the land, if you can believe it. I mean, that's like data center money, right? What do they pay? Like $5 million an acre for probably data center money in Ashburn. Now it's going to join Topgolf, iFly, and XCal to create one of the region's top entertainment spots. If you've been to that area, you know it's already pretty active, but this takes a whole new level. Now here's where it matters for real estate. Ashburn is already booming. Data Center Alley is expanding like crazy with companies like Microsoft, Amazon, and Google pouring into the area. Tech jobs are everywhere, but what's been missing is lifestyle. And speaking of real estate, stick around to the end because I'm gonna be sharing where you should be putting your money in the Northern Virginia area, and it's probably not where you think, trust me, and I'm gonna get into that in a bit. Now, people want more than just a place to work. They want spots to hang out, bring clients, and enjoy their weekend. This car club definitely gives them that, and when you add the lifestyle amenities to an area that already has a strong job growth, property values definitely go up. This could be really boost surrounding neighborhoods buzz. I mean, honestly, when I posted this on Instagram, I didn't think it would pop off. This thing went viral. A lot of people were really excited about it. So I think this could be a really cool entertainment spot for Northern Virginia, right? Like you go sit and look at exotic cars while you eat chicken fingers. Like there's nothing wrong with that, right? And if you look at homes in Ashburn or nearby communities, that's the kind of development that could make your property way more desirable down the line. By the way, if you are thinking about buying or selling, my team and I would love to help you. Text me anytime at the number below or email me info@colganteam.com. I mean, I gotta get my own email right here, info@colganteam.com. Now there's this piece from Greater Washington that breaks down how transit-oriented development has been exploding along the Silver Line, especially in Tysons and Reston. The first leg of the Silver Line opened in 2014. That gave communities like Tysons, Reston, and beyond frequent and reliable metro service. 10 years later, these areas look a lot different. We're talking high-rises, apartments, and shopping all built around metro stations. Let me give you some examples. At McLean Station, you've got Capital One's new headquarters right across the street, which they built from 2020 to 2023. You also have companies like Northrop Grumman with major offices just blocks from the station exit. Thousands of employees get a sustainable way to travel. I definitely think the Metro Silver Line has been a huge. I know Ashburn hasn't got what they want yet, but I definitely think it's going to happen. That McLean station is one of the few stations with more riders post-COVID than pre-COVID. As of August 2025, it had an average weekday ridership of 2,522. Before COVID, it was 2,308. That's growth when most metro stations are still in recovery mode. Now, return to office mandates and growing office parks nearby helped that growth. Several developments on the south side also brought in high-rise apartments and hotels. The Archer Hotel and the Watermark were both built close to the metro stop. Then there's a Tysons station right next to Tysons Corner and Tysons Galleria. This station has changed shopping trips, commutes, and daily errands. It makes car-free access one of the biggest retail hubs on the East Coast possible. On a normal weekday, the station serves retail workers, office employees, and residents. Development around the station has sped up because of metro access, and the Vita apartment tower added hundreds of residential units and brought ground floor dining and services to the street. I don't know if you guys have walked around there recently, but there's all kinds of cool things to check out. I know that Tysons Mall is going to be going under a huge $100 million redevelopment, which I think is huge. But let's talk about Reston East. This stop used to be the end of the Silver Line. It was basically just a parking garage when it first opened, but now it's a full mixed-use plaza. There's a Reston Metro Plaza with tenants like Matchbox, Davio's Italian Steakhouse, a Google office is just steps away, and the high-rise luxury apartment building above the retail. I mean, you've got the JW Marriott going in there. They got the restaurant on the bottom level. They actually gave me a tour of that place and I saw the model. It was absolutely phenomenal. Then on top of that building, they're going to be having condos for sale, which I'm sure they're going to be out of my price range. But if you want to buy one of those, definitely hit me up. But this development has shown big results. Even after the extension opened, they still get 2,000 entries per weekday. That's 40% more than Reston Town Center Station, which serves most of Reston shopping, offices, and apartments. And if you're thinking about long-term investing, areas around these metro stations are a smart play. Prices might be higher now, but the connectivity and walkability make these spots really attractive for buyers and sellers. Not every station has grown the same way. Spring Hill, for example, is still pretty underdeveloped. It has 850 entries per weekday in 2025, which is one of the lowest on Metro Trail system, but the potential is there. If history shows us anything, these areas always catch up. The key is getting in before everyone else does, right? Like that's the thing with Northern Virginia. All these data centers have taken up so much land, so you really got to get into some of these pre-construction areas before the data centers. You know, we're gonna be living in data centers here pretty soon. But what do you guys think about the Metro Silver Line? Have you been using it, or is it too long of a ride into DC? Let me know your thoughts. Now, this is a little outside of Nova, but it's worth talking about because it's still Virginia and the numbers are pretty amazing. So here's the thing. According to a new study from Go Breaking Rates, Lynchburg, Virginia just topped the nation's list of the 30 best hidden gem housing markets for 2025. It earned the top spot with charming neighborhoods, riverfront views, and affordability. Out of all the cities they looked at, Lynchburg came out on top with an average home price of only $264,000, which is a lot cheaper than here in Northern Virginia. That's way below Virginia's average of more than $417,000, and a monthly mortgage of only $1,500. That's actually really good. Maybe I'm actually gonna move to Lynchburg. But here's the kicker. It has a livability score of 91. That's the highest city on any list, the highest in the whole country for this study. Plus, the city sits in central Virginia on the foothills of the Blue Ridge Mountains. It's known for gorgeous neighborhoods and riverfront along the James River. You get mountain views, college town energy from local universities. I actually did a talk for Liberty on Instagram marketing. That's a really good college. You've got lakeside recreation and historic streets. It's definitely a rising star, I think, for investing in Virginia real estate. Now, I know most of you are focused on Northern Virginia like me, but this is a great reminder that Virginia has some incredible markets beyond the usual spots. If you priced out of Arlington or Fairfax and you want something different, maybe a second home or investment property, you might want to check out Lynchburg. It's definitely cool. I mean, it can definitely get far from Northern Virginia, right? I think it's like a 3-hour drive, but the affordability is definitely unreal. That is a really pretty town. You should definitely check it out. But so when you're getting those Blue Ridge Mountain views, James River charm, and a house for under $300,000, that's kind of hard to beat, right? I mean, I don't really know anywhere near Northern Virginia you could do that. Maybe like out in Luray, but even Luray is not that cheap anymore. Honestly, this could be a sleeper market for investors. If people start to catch on what Lynchburg offers, you could see prices go up over the next few years. It's not going to explode overnight, of course, but you find the right buyer, this could be a really smart move. All right, let's talk this up, wrapping where I think you could buy a home here in Northern Virginia. That would be a great investment right now. I'm going to break down the key counties, what's driving their markets, and who each area is best for. The truth is there's no right answer. It depends on your budget, your goals, and your timeline. Let's start with Arlington, right? This is premium powerhouse. Arlington currently leads all of Northern Virginia with year-over-year price appreciation. You've got a medium home price of around $710,000 to $825,000. Year-over-year appreciation is around 1.2 to 3.7%, depending on if it's like a condo or a single family. But single family saw 3.2% increase, and townhomes saw an impressive 8.7% increase in home values. So townhomes at Arlington are definitely super popular. The main driver behind all this demand is going to be return from office work from federal agencies since the Trump administration. That has definitely reignited metro areas for sure. I'm seeing a lot more people move into Arlington. For those who couldn't afford it, Arlington definitely offers undeniable value, strong appreciation. If you want maximum immediate gains, you've got the budget, this is your play for sure. Next up, Alexandria. If the Arlington tag is a little too steep, Alexandria offers a perfect sweet spot. It combines historic charm with unbeatable proximity to Washington, D.C. The median home price is between $659,000 to $675,000, and it just posted an incredible 12% increase year over year in median home prices. That is absolutely insane. The average home time is about 49 days. Homes in Alexandria take a little bit longer to sell because A, it's expensive, and then B, it's a huge condo market, so they don't move quite as fast as Arlington does. Walkable neighborhoods around King Street Station give you great dining, shopping, and commuter access, and you get the DC convenience with unique character. Now, Loudoun County is where smart money is quietly heading for long-term growth. While many people focus on Arlington, Loudoun County is playing the long game, and they could pay off big. The median home price went from $765,000 to $810,000. Growth is anywhere from like 2 to 6%. What really matters is Data Center Alley is expanding more and more. Billions are being invested by tech giants like Microsoft, Amazon, and Google. These data center power much of the world's internet that you get on today. So if you're on like Facebook, Instagram, a lot of that is going to come from Loudoun County. And this investment fuels job security for tech professionals and brings big infrastructure upgrades. We're talking better roads, faster broadband, of course, all the internet's here, with new construction in Ashburn and Sterling starting around like 500,000. Loudoun is set for strong growth for the next 5 to 10 years. So if you're thinking long-term wealth building, my money is on Loudoun County's data center corridor. Finally, let's take a look at Prince William County. What you're not ready to spend $800,000 for first-time home buyers or anyone looking for affordability, Prince William County is the place to be. It gives you the most accessible entry point into that NoVA market without losing future potential. The median home price is only $550,000 with growth from 0.5% to 2%. Appreciation isn't as high today, but your chance to get in and start building equity is a lot easier, especially when you're talking like Woodbridge. That is really affordable and definitely some parts of Manassas. Plus, commuter access is great. You've got VRE stations at that Bristol area, Manassas. Major projects are also coming along that are going to boost property values. I mean, one of the things that I think could make property values go up, you got the Manassas Mall project, which I think is going to be huge. It's going to take about 10 years. And then hopefully next year, we finally get the word that the approval for flights going out of Manassas Airport that are going to be commercial by Avports actually gets approved by the FAA. I mean, that would be huge. So Prince William County definitely gives you the best shot to get a great deal. So that's where I would be investing right now. I particularly like Gainesville and Haymarket, and Manassas are great areas. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this week's video. What do you think? Are you surprised that Leesburg ranks so high? Excited about the car club coming to Ashburn? Thinking about checking homes near a Silver Line station? Drop a comment. Let me know which story caught your attention. And if you are thinking about buying or selling a home, shoot me a message anytime. info@colganteam.com. That is info@colganteam.com. Guys, I'll see you at the top or from the top.